Hello, hello. Hey, guys, and welcome to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. As always, I am here with the one, the only
Alexia
Alexia Souza.
Souza.
How are you doing today, Alexia?
I'm fine. I'm so glad that it's not raining here in this Porto city. And
In this Porto City.
Porto City, which is a port city, so.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
What
It
about
is
you?
also, it's quite cold here. For some reason, a cold front has come through.
Ooh, it's good to sleep.
Yeah, it's the middle of summer, and for some reason, it's like 68 degrees.
It's not
which is
even summer yet.
It's June.
It's springtime.
Yes. So, Alexia, what are we doing today?
We are continuing talking about the differences about words, homophones.
Homophones. Ha.
Homophones. Ha 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 ha. Homophones.
Homophones. Perfect.
And which most of them? Most of them. I don't know. They are like feeling expressions as well.
Yeah. So, if you have not listened to the last few episodes, we are basing our conversations this week off of a guy that Alexia found on TikTok. His name is Gregg, and he is a writer, and he's giving a lot of fun English tips. And today, Alexia, I actually wanted to talk about two words that are not homophones, but they are similar words. And these are words that I hear our students use all of the time. And a lot of the time, I don't think people really use them correctly. So I wanted to clarify a few things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I make this mistake a lot as well.
Yeah, probably, which is okay. There is nothing to be ashamed about.
Okay, before we start, just to let you know that Instagram is bombing right now because I'm doing those pranks with my dad, and everyone is really enjoying it. And now he calls himself as a dad influencer.
Your dad is a dad influencer. Can I give you a quick recommendation, Alexia?
Uh-huh.
When you say bombing, bumbundu, first, we don't say that in English. Secondly, if we did say that in English, we would not say bombing. The B is silent. Bomb.
Aye, that's true. Okay, bomb.
You're still saying a B at the end.
Bomb.
Okay, so say the word mom.
Mom.
Now just,
Bomb.
there we go. Bomb.
Okay, so our Instagram account, Inglês no Cru, is the bomb right now.
You could say that. You could say it's exploding, it's taking off. A lot of people are really loving what you and your dad are doing.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah.
Let's start with the English class today.
Yeah, check out our Instagram, but first, listen to this show. So today, Alexia, I wanted to talk about two words that are similar but different. And these are two very important words in the English language, and especially for Brazilians learning English. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Okay. The two words are ashamed and embarrassed. Okay. So first, I feel like you understand these two words, right? These are not new words.
No, I do understand them.
Okay. Can you try to describe them to me?
Yeah, so ashamed is when you do something that it's really, really awful and you feel ashamed about it. Like you need to, for sure, apologize to someone or for what you did, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And embarrassed it's like, I don't know, you thought that the party was a custom party and then you appear as a rabbit and you feel embarrassed about it because it's not a custom party. It's just a party.
Okay, I don't know if you are speaking from personal experience here.
No, because I hate custom parties, so nope.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, I think you really touched on the important difference. So let's start with just definitions, just for clarification purposes. So the way that Mr. Gregg, the writer, was explaining the difference between to be embarrassed and to be ashamed. When you are embarrassed, you are concerned about what other people are thinking about you, right? So you arrive at a costume party or you arrive at a normal party, you're wearing a rabbit suit. You are very embarrassed because everyone is looking at you and thinking about you. You're embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, when you are ashamed, when you feel shame, that is something that comes from you. It comes from within. It's what you think about yourself and when you don't like yourself.
It's a very deep sentiment, feeling.
Yes. And it's much more internal, while being embarrassed is probably more external.
Yeah. I mean, some people say you should be or feel ashamed about
You should
that.
be ashamed. You should be
Yeah.
ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a very strong thing to say. Which leads me to my first point, Alexia. Brazilians use the word ashamed or shame or I have shame just way, way too much.
But wait, we use vergonha.
Yeah, I'm saying Brazilians speaking English.
Ah, okay. Okay. So, yeah, it's very wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it's very wrong, but it's definitely overused. And I don't think the correct translation in most cases, when you say vergonha, tenho vergonha, I would not say I'm ashamed. That seems way too heavy for me. I would probably say I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. And this goes to a lot of people who feel that they are shy as well. Like, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to go. I don't know anyone there. I won't like that place.
Yeah. So, one of the most common things that we hear from all of our students is, I speak English, I can understand you on the podcast, but I'm too ashamed to speak to people or I have too much shame. And I want to argue that you're not really ashamed, you're embarrassed.
Yeah. Shame on you, Foster. It's when someone is like, you should know that. Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, shame is just it's a deep sentiment and it is reserved for more serious situations. And you could say I'm ashamed of my English, but that means you're not talking about the moment when you're speaking and you can't find the right word. That's embarrassment. Ashamed is something like, I know I should speak better English, but I'm not studying and therefore I feel ashamed. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, just to be clear here, to feel ashamed
Mm-hmm.
or to be ashamed?
Either one. Normally I say to be ashamed.
To be ashamed is a very deep feeling that in very special circumstances or situations, you're going to feel like that. And embarrassed is what you want to use when you're feeling vergonha. Eu tenho vergonha de falar inglês na frente de falante nativo, eu tenho vergonha na hora de me apresentar, eu tenho vergonha disso, daquilo. That's the point.
Exactly. So I can give you an example with my own personal language studies. When I'm speaking Portuguese, I get embarrassed all the time, every day. I say stupid things. People don't understand me. People laugh at me. It's embarrassing. It's part of the process. It's totally okay. It's embarrassing, but it's good to be embarrassed every now and then, right?
Yeah, of course.
But for example, with my Spanish nowadays, I have not studied Spanish or really spoken Spanish in years. And in the past, I loved Spanish so much and I could speak really well. So when I try to speak Spanish nowadays, I do feel a little bit of shame of like, I should have, this is more my fault because I have the capacity to speak Spanish, but I'm not giving it the attention it needs. So there's something that internally comes from within me. But with Portuguese, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just speaking Portuguese and I said something kind of silly. Not a big deal. So does that help clarify the difference a little bit?
Yes, it does. But you shouldn't be ashamed about your Spanish. It's just like riding a bicycle. Once you start again, you'll be doing it again.
Yeah. And I think that's my final point of the day is you want to be embarrassed when you are learning languages. The more times you are embarrassed speaking English, the better your English will be. Getting embarrassed is the easiest way to improve. Just making mistakes, you feel stupid, you're embarrassed, and then you just do the same thing again the next day.
Exactly.
Exactly. If you are really feeling ashamed of your English, I would take some time to ask yourself, why do I feel these feelings? Is it because I'm not studying and I know I should be? Is it because, I don't know, I've spent a lot of money learning English and I still can't speak it? What is causing that shame? Because in the case of learning languages, shame is bad, embarrassment is good.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, I just thought of that right now.
That's what makes you a really, really good teacher.
Okay.
And a person.
Thank you, Alexia. Thank you, Greg, for the inspiration. Thank you, all of our sweet, sweet listeners, for listening. And we will be back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye bye.